my dad was doing like construction work. He was really self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just
my
doing
mother,
odds and
ends.
works.
But my mother
You know,
actually worked for a laundry, Progressive, with her firstborn. She worked there 12 years. She'd come home and she'd take care of all of us because my dad was out working or taking care of what he's supposed to. And so by the time my mother got off from work, and she'd come home, clean, cook, and everything, my mother worked really, really hard. Because most of the time when the men were out, the women were the hardest workers, and they were the backbone because they held the family together while the men were out working. And so by that time, my mother and father both got a job. Well, my mother got her job because she wasn't working with the last four. She came home and she raised her children. But when my brother Eric, which was born in 64, in 1967, my mother started volunteering her time with the Dayton Board of Education in food service. And her volunteering her time and being such a good worker, they hired her permanently. Mm-hmm. She was a manager for food service.
Mm-hmm. 25 years.
28.
28.
28.
Oh, that's right. I got 25-year certificate. That's what I had.
28 years she was with the Dayton Board of Education. My father got a job with the Dayton Board of Education as well. And he worked security for Colonel White High School. And he worked there 12 years until he got ill. He never returned back to work. My father was 57.
58.
Was he 58? My father was 58 when he passed. And
I think he was 57.
57.
Yeah.
Good job. They made good money because back then Board of Education was paying good money. And the last
he was a manager at the gas station.
A manager at the gas station, and he also worked security for because he was down at Liberal. He put on his uniform, his hat.
Emmett Watts.
At Mr. Watts.
The first black securities in the whole city.
In the whole city of Dayton.
Yeah,
Mr. Emmett Watts.
Yeah.
And so my dad worked 2 and 3 jobs, and it was nothing for him. Yeah, at one time it was nothing for him to, he took care of his wife and his children. He took care of us. He did.
It's like he left at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And he wouldn't get back to 11 o'clock at night.
And you never heard my mother. You never heard you know how some of the young girls, where you been all night? My mother was really a good example for her daughters. She trusted my dad. They had a wonderful relationship, wonderful marriage. They were together till death did them part. I mean, we just really had good examples.
And then he ended up buying a gas station.
He sure did.
His own gas station at one
yes,
time.
he did.
And then he bought about 4 houses.
Yes.
And he rented those out.
One was in a historical district, right across the street from Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Right across the street from Paul Lawrence Dunbar.
208 North Summit. Mm-hmm. But as you asked, how did those things happen? Well, behind that hard work that they done, that my father done, that my mother done.
Yes.
That's what changed it.
Yes.
And behind their faith.
Yes.
And the promises
believing in God. Yes.
And what happened was, they understood that he said, "I'll pour out those blessings to you.
Room enough to receive.
That you will not have enough room even in your storehouse." He didn't say your house. He said your storehouse will not have enough room to receive. So every time somebody turned 16, which was the boys, my dad would buy us a car.
Yeah.
We was even getting cars.
Yes. 3 cars. In our household.
The girls, they were older, so they didn't have to have a car.
Yeah. 4. It's Cadillac.
What's up? Yeah,
4 cars. 4 cars. We had 4 cars.
They had like 4 cars.
Yeah. One he drove every day to school. My mother had one,
houses.
and then
we was
my brothers.
But we were older, so as they say, Christmas and birthdays, they're a little different now.
Yes.
When we didn't get watches or television for our birthdays.
We got quite a bit.
But the last four, we get things like that because we were older, so we didn't expect to get things, like that. But they were getting little watches.
Yes. Sewing machines.
Sewing machines. Mm-hmm. They get televisions for their bedroom.
Yes. Yes. They were. They got just about whatever they wanted, and
well, not really. Not really. Mama just gave them what they might have asked for.
Right.
Somewhat.
Well,
no, they didn't get nobody. No, none of the 8 of us got what we wanted.
All they did was ask, and they made provision.
They made provision. So
when we asked, where do we go? Goodwill.
Right, but like you said.
And but we didn't really ask. We had to have a need. If my dad or mom seen our shoes was worn out, we got a pair of shoes.
Yeah, that's what
they got more than one pair of shoes.
They did. Yeah, they did. That's what I said.
Because there's time we even have to put cardboard down in our
That's
shoes.
right. Sure did.
We put cardboard down in our shoes, and it was just like, wow, you know, nobody knew it but us. My father would make a shoe.
Yeah, but I think the last four just was able to get more because of the blessing.
Yeah, because of Mama and
that
Daddy's
God had
position.
placed
Yeah,
on Daddy and Mama.
Mama, yes.